How do you guys feel about how the internet and technology with downloading movies affects actually going out to a theater and seeing a film now?
I have a pretty strong opinion on that.
Yeah.
We make our money on the pay-per-view, DVD, and that kind of. The money that gets made in the movie theater, that's what we got paid to shoot it. The days we work, that's how. We don't get anything. If a $5 million movie makes $100 million in the theater, we don't get any more money on that.
Right.
But the DVD sales and the international sales and the pay-per-view and all that, that's where we make our money. And there was a movie that hadn't even come out yet. I was making a movie in Thailand called Rescue Dawn, and there was like Spider-Man 3 discs for sale when I was there for $2. You know, bootlegs. And then, you know, you can download any movie you want right now. Pelham 1, 2, 3, anything off the internet for free. And that's where we would get our residual check off of. So if people never buy the DVD or pay-per-view, that's money out of our pockets.
So I guess at least as far as Chris
and I,
yeah,
we do dangerous stuff in these movies, and we get paid pretty well for the stunts and things, but looking ahead, thinking, okay, I'm gonna continue to make money off of this that I risked my life for, and then, you know, it's people are making money and not paying us for it. It's kind of a shitty deal.
And the way it's designed is we make less when we work, and we get paid down the line on the sales of the stuff. So it's taking money, like, okay, give me the money up front then, and charge more for the tickets and all that.
And I think that one of the things with the internet, I mean, obviously that's where everything's going. And you know, the union, SAG, had a big problem with the producers in renegotiating the new contract, because the producers kept saying, it's a bad economic time, we're not making any money. You know, although with the other side of their mouth, they're talking about 17% increase in profits. And they're saying, we don't want to give you any money for internet stuff. And the union ended up agreeing to, the union has no jurisdiction on a film shot for the internet unless the film costs $15,000 a minute or more. So that really hurts actors, because they're basically saying, we don't have to pay even union minimum, because the union has no jurisdiction on these films. You know, and when you're shooting for the internet, it's very unlikely you're going to be spending more than $15,000 a minute. So that, again, really hurts people. I mean, I think we all know that's where, I don't know if it's where movies are going to end up, but certainly that's where movies are going. And I think it's turning more and more into, you know, a source for film. However they reconcile the pay end of it, but once they have that agreement, you know, actors are screwed.
Well, it does seem to start becoming more and more cost effective to skip the theater and put a movie on DVD, because it's harder to get people to go to the movies, because as technology continues to advance, they have better televisions at home, they have better quality DVDs and Blu-ray, and eventually they're gonna have to do something to the theater to get people to go out. I think that's why the 3D...
I was just gonna say, the My Bloody Valentine experience in 3D was a really good experience.
Right, and that continues to get better as well, so I think that's where they're having to take the industry.
Although, isn't it Sony has just announced they have a new 3D high-def TV?
Yes.
That's what I always tell people, don't throw any money down on a good TV, because the 3D technology, I mean, to watch a football game in 3D, man, they're going to put helmet cams on those dudes, and I mean, it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good.
Well,
this question is for Kane. Of all the stunts that you've done, which ones are you the most proud of?
Of all the stunts you've done, what are you the most proud of?
Yeah, and
Which would be the most what?
of all the stunts, which one do you think was the most challenging?
Challenge.
And the most proud of? And also, have you had an injury, like a really bad injury, doing your stunts?
Yes, I have. I was going to say some of my best stunts have been fire stunts. I've done some pretty good involved things where I was on fire, and that's where I got injured my first year in the business. I have burn scars over 50% of my body. So that was a bad thing, but you know, most of the stunts that I'm proud of have to do with fire. And also, there's a movie called Fair Game that I did down in Miami.
Is that the Cindy Crawford movie?
Yeah, Cindy Crawford and Billy Baldwin. Yes, it is. But we had to do a stunt in it where there was 4 of us that had to jump from a flying helicopter to a moving train. And we did it 3 times, then we broke for lunch. It was at night. And while we were at what we call lunch, it rained. Then we had to come back and do the stunt 2 more times where one by one we dropped out of the helicopter onto the train and now it's wet. And it was very, very difficult to do. And when you see the movie, they used one take where, the last take where we came in real low just to get some extra footage. And that's the one they used, so the stunt looks like shit. But it was really quite dangerous at the time.
I saw a pretty dangerous stunt that Chris did on the crazies you showed me earlier. That if you want to go by his boots, I'm sure he'd show you. Flips. How many times you flipped the vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times?
How many times?
5 1/4.
5 1/4. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
70 miles an hour. I was. What, they call that a fart knocker.
Anybody else have any questions? Chris, up here.
Me and a couple of them.
I know that you guys talked a lot about remakes.
Yeah, let's get back on that subject.
Well, actually, I was wondering more about like sort of sequels that come way, way after the fact by totally different people, and sort of what your opinion on them is versus maybe just outright remaking the film, at least maybe reimagining it, versus just sort of squeezing out another sequel.
That's what I did. That's what I'm known for, is 7, 8, 9, and 10 of a certain movie, so I guess I can't really complain about that.
Well, I guess he was saying when a long period of time goes by, right? Like if it was a sequel and then they waited 6 years to do another one.
Yeah, well, and I mean, even with that, I mean, not to knock your career with that, but, you know, in terms of...
I can't protect you, by the way.
in terms of, you know, what it does with the characters and the films, you know, sort of what your feelings on it are, you know, aside from, well, they paid. You know, if that's something that you kind of see as detrimental to the whole genre, or sort of just the way things are, a good thing.
If they call us to do the job, I think we're all happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you never called me. My problem with sequels is like this, the first Chainsaw sequel was 13 or 14 years later. And, I mean, the problem from my point of view, and of course, there's no way I'm going to be happy about it because I was in the original, and so I see the character a certain way, but every one of the sequels is really a remake in the case of Chainsaw. And the problem is, it was so long before with the second Chainsaw, an entirely different writer, and it's like the writer of Chainsaw 2 apparently never watched Chainsaw 1 because Leatherface has an entirely different personality, and of course it's played by a different actor, so he has to be physically different. And every Chainsaw was played by a different actor, so that's inevitable. But also every Chainsaw sequel was as if the original hadn't happened, and so every one of them is like an entirely different concept. I'm sorry we're not good enough for you guys leaving. But you know, everyone has a different concept of Leatherface, so they're just completely inconsistent, whether you like them or not. They're just really different.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Well, let's thank Chris Carnel, Kane, Hodder, and Gunnar Hansen for Q&A tonight. Of course, all 3 of them will be in the room next door all weekend at Welcome Shock. If you want to see that footage or get an autograph or take a photo, thanks guys.